Hello, welcome to our session on designing and using information systems in human services. Today we'll explore how effective information systems can enhance our ability to serve clients and improve organizational performance. The importance of information systems, documenting agency activities, tracking accomplishments, and measuring client satisfaction. There are different types of documentation that will be required within your agency. Progress notes and service coordination notes. These are essential in tracking individual client progress, as well as how services are being coordinated between different providers. These notes capture client interactions, treatment goals, and outcomes of interventions. We also want to assess for client and employee satisfaction. We can do that using surveys. These surveys give us insight into the perspectives of both service users and staff. Client satisfaction surveys reveal how well the clients feel supported by the agency and its programs. For employees, these services can inform leadership about staff morale, job satisfaction, and workplace conditions. We will do employee evaluations. These are done typically after a 90-day or 6-month probationary period and also yearly. They can, of course, be done more frequently if needed. These evaluations assess how well the individual is performing their duties, but also provides opportunities for professional development. By documenting strengths and areas for improvement, agencies can tailor trainings and support to enhance the quality of services. For licensure and accreditation, agency review reports are equally important. These reports ensure the agency meets industry standards and regulatory requirements. These are going to cover everything from clinical documentation to operational practices, ensuring the agency is compliant and providing quality care. Documenting staff meeting minutes is often overlooked but plays a vital role in performance management. These records ensure that key decisions, issues, and strategies discussed during meetings are captured and can be reviewed later. It's also a way to hold teams accountable for tasks and follow up on action points. Finally, this brings us to an essential principle: what gets measured gets done. This simple yet powerful statement reminds us that without proper measurement and documentation, it's impossible to truly understand an agency's performance. It's not enough to have goals. We have to consistently track and document progress towards those goals. This is what drives accountability and improvement. So the purposes of information systems, there's 3 key systems that are essential for effective management. First, you have a housekeeping system. These systems handle the day-to-day processing of information, like automating routine tasks. Their primary function is to increase efficiency and accuracy in essential activities, such as distributing payments to clients, staff, and partner agencies. It could also be an easy task as sending reminders to clients about their appointments. Housekeeping systems also manage finances, think accounting, budgeting, and personnel, and maintain crucial databases like client records and service providers. Next, we have decision support systems. These are vital for assessing critical data to inform decision making, whether through web searches for relevant databases, looking up evidence-based practices, analyzing program evaluation results, or reviewing demographic needs assessments. Decision support systems ensure that decisions are based on the best available information. Lastly, performance guidance systems are where the real potential lies for human services organizations. The goal here is simple: to drive action. These systems help guide decision makers towards taking steps that improve organizational performance and outcomes. So a little more on performance guidance systems. The goal is to instigate action. By providing real-time data, these systems allow staff to make necessary adjustments to their behavior, modify existing programs, or plan new initiatives based on the insights they receive. In other words, performance guidance systems are designed to empower staff to act on information quickly and effectively. For example, imagine a scenario where a mental health agency notices through data analysis that certain client interventions are not producing the desired outcomes. The performance guidance system would highlight these trends, enabling staff to make immediate changes, whether it's adjusting therapeutic techniques, increasing client follow-ups, or creating new program activities. This real-time feedback loop is essential for maintaining high-quality services and adapting to evolving client needs. So empowering staff, one of the most important aspects of performance guidance system is how they contribute to creating a culture of learning within the organization. When staff are given access to actionable data, they feel empowered to make decisions that directly impact service delivery. This helps to foster an environment where continuous improvement is prioritized. The system also supports a bottom-up approach, where staff at all levels are encouraged to use data in their day-to-day decision-making rather than relying solely on top-down directives. This not only improves efficiency, but also motivates staff by giving them ownership over their work and processes. Now let's turn our attention to another key approach for measuring effectiveness in mental health administration, the Balanced Scoreboard. This was developed by Niven. This method is widely used to track multiple factors that influence an organization's performance. Unlike focusing solely on financial outcomes, the Balanced Scorecard provides a more comprehensive view of the organization's health by measuring performance across several dimensions. The beauty of the Balanced Scorecard lies in its ability to track various performance indicators that go beyond traditional metrics. It allows organizations to balance short-term and long-term goals, financial and non-financial measures, and internal versus external performance perspectives. In the context of mental health agencies, this could mean balancing client satisfaction with operational efficiency or financial sustainability with staff development. The Balanced Scorecard framework is structured around 4 critical questions that agencies can use to guide their performance measurement efforts. So the first is customer. What do our customers and our stakeholders expect of us, and how are we doing? In a mental health context, customers could be clients, family members, or even funding agencies. This question prompts organizations to consider client satisfaction and outcomes, and how well services align with the expectations of key stakeholders. For instance, is the agency meeting the needs of its clients in a timely and effective manner? Internal process. The second question focuses on internal process. What key processes must we excel at? Here, the focus is on operational efficiency and effectiveness. What workflows or procedures are essential to delivering high-quality care? It could include anything from intake procedures to clinical assessments. For example, how quickly is the agency able to respond to new client referrals? And are treatment plans being developed and reviewed regularly? The third question centers on learning and growth. How can we continue to improve and develop our staff? This is critical in any human services organization, as the quality of services is often directly tied to staff development. Agencies need to think about professional development, ongoing training, and opportunities for staff to gain new skills. Investing in your workforce leads to better client outcomes and higher staff retention rates. Lastly, we have the financial perspective. How are we managing our resources? Financial sustainability is always a concern in human services, especially in the mental health where funding can be limited. Agencies must ensure they are using their financial resources wisely, making informed decisions about budgeting and seeking out new funding opportunities when needed. By using the balanced scorecard, mental health organizations can take a holistic approach to measuring performance. In the final part of today's lecture, we'll focus on outcomes and how they are assessed in mental health settings. According to Portner and Rapp, assessment categories can be broadly grouped into two areas: affect and knowledge. Let's start with affect, which is often measured by focusing on changes in psychological status or attitude. This category assesses the emotional and psychological impact of services on clients. For example, a mental health agency might look at whether clients are experiencing reduced anxiety or depression after participating in therapy. In some cases, the agency may use standardized psychological assessments or self-report surveys to capture the changes in mood, emotional well-being, or client satisfaction with services. Understanding the effective outcome of an intervention is crucial because mental health services often aim to improve emotional regulation, coping skills, and overall psychological health. By measuring affect, agencies can ensure that their services are having the intended and psychological benefits. The second category is knowledge, which focuses on behavioral changes in both skill and performance. This refers to practical, measured changes that result from a client's participation in services. For example, in a skills building program for individuals with anxiety, knowledge outcomes might assess whether their clients are better able to manage their anxiety in daily life. This could be measured through self-reports, clinical observations, or even real-world tests of specific skills learned during therapy, such as mindfulness or problem solving. Knowledge outcomes are important because they go beyond emotional impact and assess whether clients are gaining the tools they need to function more effectively in their everyday lives. In conclusion, effective information systems are vital in human services. They enable us to document activities, support decision-making, and measure our effectiveness. As future human services professionals, understanding these systems will be key to your success. Thank you.